Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. We got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
Hello and welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We are here with a very special guest. His name is Raymond and he's going to be joining us very shortly. He's very excited. I don't know if you can hear him honking.
Yeah, his watch went off today, so he is ready.
He is here, he is ready. Yes, that is correct. Ray is co-hosting. We're also going to give some updates on Ray because Ray had dental surgery last week, so he's recovering from that. We're going to give you all the updates. None of the gross photos, just the updates. Deb is here, made it on time. Hi, Helen, Mary, Deb, Brooke, Claire, Gail, John from Ottawa, Illinois. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We're here live in the main barn of Caballero Farm Sanctuary. We will introduce ourselves if you're new here.
I'm Chris, I'm an animal caregiver.
And I'm Andrea, the animal care manager. If you have any questions during the program, let us know and we'll answer them in next week's Magic Rainbow Bag segment. We do have a few questions to answer this week from last week's program. We're going to get into our agenda. We have some auction results. We have update on New Her, which is everybody's been waiting for. If you donated to Project Pouty, you would have seen already the integration, the pre-integration, all the loving kisses, a little bit of excitement. We have a weather report and Magic Rainbow Bag, like I had mentioned. So if you were aware, we had our auction last night, a few hours ago.
We did, yeah. It feels like it was
right there.
Yeah, it feels like it was very. I guess it was just like 24 hours ago.
Yes, we had our live auction, and we're going to show you a few of the items that went between the live auction and the online auction. Thank you so much, whoever donated. We raised $4,475 in between the two auctions. Thank you for everybody who donated toward the items, and also thank you for everybody who donated items that raised almost $5,000 for the residents.
That's amazing.
For Ray.
That goes along. It all goes to Ray. Yeah. It's all for Ray.
For his vet appointments, for his meds, for everything.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of care right now, a lot of treatment, as he has the past couple of weeks, but yes. I guess that's coming up in a little bit. Yeah,
we're going to talk about him all the time. He's going to come out probably because he's very excited right now. He is on stall rest, and we're going to get to that sec. So if you missed it during our live, we had a lot of beautiful little pieces that were donated. This is donated by Avery, this beautiful vase. These are sold, so you can't get them, but we're just going to tease you. Nicole made this beautiful stained glass. This was donated, a little book bag with Pouty. Chris, one-of-a-kind piece, went for $50.
That's something.
Best-selling piece that he's ever sold of his art.
Yeah,
and we had an Obama hat. So this was all during a live auction last night. So if you missed it, we'll probably be having another one at some point, but stay tuned.
Yeah, we had a lot of very cool one-of-a-kind items.
Yes,
so.
And I didn't know most of them were happening. I just got past them and then got to see them for the first time in the moment. very exciting. One of the items that went for the auction, and it's still available on our website, is our 10 Years of Magic book. So this went alongside a print, but the book is still available on our website. It's absolutely beautiful. We kind of show it here all the time.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
It's filled with so many wonderful stories of all our residents. So
You will want to get your hands on those. There are still some available. Hi, Sylvia from Montreal. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. We are available on YouTube and Facebook now. So much technology. Also, we have some more work days coming up. We just had one over the weekend. Our next one is on, June 8th. You can sign up on happilyeverester.ca, click on the events tab, and it'll show you the upcoming. So in June, we have the 8th and the 21st, and the next one's coming up usually always on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday.
I think we rotate the Saturday and Sunday every time we do it. So if one day works better than the other, we've got you covered.
Join on all of them. There's so much to do. They were doing some projects. They were working on the cow barn on the weekend, moving some mats into the barn, which will help with poop pickup and different things in there. So there's always projects going on. It's a huge property. We have 110 acres.
Yeah. I still can't believe it. It's still just so big.
Yeah, you definitely don't usually visit the whole property on the same day. Like
Not
I haven't
yet.
been to the back in a while.
Not yet. One day maybe.
Yeah, go for a little hike. It is tick season, so be careful out there. They are really bad this year, and I was surprised because we had such a cold winter. You never know.
Yeah, we've already found a couple on residence, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty early to do that. Helen had a few, and I've had some crawling on myself just out in the wood pile. So take care of yourself, be careful, protect yourself from ticks and your companions' animals, because, dangerous stuff. They can carry all kinds of disease. Anyways, our link to our book is in the comments, so you can easily find it there if you haven't seen the book yet. We're going to give you a few resident updates, of course, with Ray. He's quieted down.
He has quieted down.
Do you go back to bed?
I don't know. Ray?
Okay, we're gonna let him wander the halls. He's probably gonna try to knock over the tripod because that's his signature move. Oh no!
Ray. Are you ready?
He's quiet.
Oh, he's snoozing now.
That's amazing. So Ray update, last week he went back in. So it was about 4 weeks ago. He originally went in with some dental concerns.
Yep.
They did rads. There was a ton going on in his mouth.
Yes, they removed 1 or 2 teeth, or a couple fell back. I believe there's molars at that point.
The first visit, I think some just fell out.
I think some fell, yeah.
Like they were already loose and they just took a few because they sent us home with a few.
Yeah, we do have a collection of Ray teeth now.
Yes,
which we're not
2
going to
different
show
containers. Not on this episode. That's probably going to be like a bear here. And then, so he came back home. He was on antibiotics for 4 weeks to hopefully resolve some of those deeper abscesses. We're still waiting on final radiology results.
Yes.
On the most recent x-rays. So hopefully the one we were most concerned about, which was the Tusk abscess, hopefully that's resolved. We're not 100% sure yet. That was the one that was most concerning. That could have led to a Tusk removal. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
We
for
got
Ray.
some tentative good news.
Yes.
Initially, it said it looked good and that it wouldn't be an issue.
Yes.
We're waiting to get that confirmed.
I'm like holding my breath. I'm like,
I know.
I don't want to
So
say that out loud, but
I'll say it's tentative good news. From the doctors, they said it looks good. We're going to double check everything.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that it remains good news and that he will not have to have that surgery, because that's a huge
Massive
surgery and there's a lot of
don't wanna
risk
put him
involved
through
with
that.
that. So if we can avoid that, that would be best for us and would be best for Ray.
yeah.
So
Yeah, we weren't sure if the 4 weeks of antibiotics would do much or anything. There's not great penetration into those areas deep in the gums, but it seemed like that could have worked. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting on that phone call, which we're hopefully getting in the next few days, or we're going to give them a call. But right now he's back and he's on stall rest because he had a few more teeth pulled. I think at least 3. There's 4 in the container. I just looked.
Oh, interesting. I don't know where the 4th one. I know there was the 1 on the top and 2 on the bottom.
Yeah. There's a...
Unless another one fell out. Mm-hmm. It's possible.
It was really deep, like had huge roots, and it was definitely one of the bottom ones. Yeah. 3 of them look like that, and I don't know where the 4th one came from, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He's missing a lot of teeth now.
Yes. He's doing well without them, but he does require, right now, twice a day, we're flushing the area where the teeth were removed.
Yeah, and luckily Ray is a very tolerant boy, so he allows us to really get in there and he's not too fussy about it. which is, good for us and good for Ray that he's not stressed about us being in there and
mind at
working
all.
around his mouth. So
No, I
makes
think
things really easy.
it would be tricky if, he wasn't tolerant if it was another pig. This was him being absolutely perfect unloading at home. I heard, and I wasn't here for him loading, I heard that his load went really not great.
Yeah, Ray has some chaotic energy, we'll say.
He gets excited really easily and then loses track of like what we're asking him to do.
Yeah. He's easily distracted. He's a high energy boy, so sometimes it's a little chaotic.
Yep.
But coming home, he was really good. He went right to his stall.
Yes.
Like he knew it was there for him. Like this is the best behaved he's ever been. Only a slight delay when he had to say hello to some of his friends there. I think that was Oksana. But
so that stall he's going to is the stall he's in now. So he's in a stall that's with his herd. He doesn't have access to them right now because the feed is very specific. It's very
it's got to be very soft. It's very soupy.
Yeah,
it's the Obama special.
Yeah,
it's how we make Obama's food.
True.
Because Obama doesn't have those front teeth, so we really soak his food. And we're doing the same for Ray now because he's lost a couple of those front teeth.
Yeah, and it's keeping him very hydrated, which is also a bonus. Yeah. So I think it's until June 7th. It's on his
stall rest is until the 7th. I assume we'll do the soupy feed until then as well. So
unless there's any complications with the teeth, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he's not eating his hay right now because we don't want that poking up into that, which he's very mad about. Yeah. He loves his hay more than any other pig. Like he was very mad yesterday when he walked by his hay area and wasn't allowed to go in there. He had a bit of grass, but no hay.
Yeah, he's pretty upset about it. And even the grass is a little tricky because it gets stuck in there pretty easily.
Yeah, we did try some grass yesterday.
A little bit, and then we flushed it immediately after, and there was already a lot of grass stuck in there.
So we're going to give him a few days without.
Yeah. His stall is open. He can come visit us if he wants.
He's going to come out right away.
Yeah, he was really excited at the start of the program, and then he realized he wasn't immediately let out. So he's just kind of like laying there honking at us.
I think he just wanted the option to be able to.
So you can probably hear him honking away, but he's just laying in his stall right now.
We'll go see
Maybe he'll come say hello in a minute.
Raymond, do you want to come out? What are you doing in there? He's just hanging out. He's just having a good time. Anyways,
yeah, he's having a good time.
He's in great spirits. One of the tooth areas is a bit sensitive, but only when we're like actively flushing it. So that's his update, and hopefully we get good results on the radiographs. And after he's off stall rest, that's probably it. I'm going to answer this one right now because I like to do that.
Yeah.
We know Phoenix had dental issues. It's an age thing. Mostly, I think if we did radiographs on any of these pigs, we would see something. Like once in a while, we'll see, maybe a molar kind of floating around outside, and they'll sometimes just fall out on their own and heal on their own. Unless we're seeing anything clinical, which is inappetence, trouble eating, bad breath, which he had. Well, he didn't have inappetence.
He did not have inappetence.
Sorry, Ray. But he was eating hay and he wasn't able to chew it properly, and also had really bad breath. So we had that with him. That's why we did take him in. But I think you could shoot rods on any of our elderly pigs and see something similar, but his was a bit more drastic. Can you have I'm answering all the questions. Yeah. That's okay. It's okay. I'm allowed to.
This is the Ray episode.
It's the Ray
episode, yeah.
He's had a few because they're soft. I'm just thinking of things that would be hard and go up into those areas because he's missing one at the top, he's missing one at the bottom.
Yeah.
He's had some.
So fig Newtons should be okay. It shouldn't aggravate anything in there. So.
It's the most important question.
Yeah, we should be limiting those anyways because he's a big boy. But he's on stall rest, and now we're kind of spoiling him. It's a tricky situation. Is we want to spoil him like we do all of our pigs who are on stall rest. We want to spoil them a little bit extra to make sure they're still getting that attention because they can't really get it from their herd. But that also leads to, getting more treats than they probably should.
We had a wonderful volunteer cook him a very special soup, completely blended. He had some last night. We did it as a cool soup because he was having some sensitivity in those areas. And he ate it a bit slower than he probably would have, but I think the cold was nice for him.
Yeah.
Little ice pack.
He picked away at that all evening. So
Sylvia has read our mind. How did it go with Pouty and his new friends? Oh, I'm sorry you couldn't join on Zoom. I've had trouble with those things as well. We're going to show you now that we're done our Ray update, I think. I'm going to keep talking about him. He's not coming out. That's so funny. Our next update was on the boys. So if you donated to Project Pouty, you would have gotten the Zoom link. And I'm sorry if you didn't have access. That can be tricky with cameras and phones and all kinds of things. We're going to show you a portion of that. So it's a pre-integration. When they lived side by side, it's the integration, and we're going to give you a few updates, and we're going to give you the full update story, everything tomorrow on Bear Care Corner. So we're going to talk about them a little bit now and where they're at and how they're doing and how the integration went. And we're going to give you even more details on Bear Care tomorrow because it's going to be just them for that episode. So about 2-minute video. I'm going to show you their integration, which I'm excited to see again.
Excited.
Seeing Pouty's face, see them for the first time, I have watched over and over and over. So you're going to see that in this video. They lived side by side for a week-ish, and then they were introduced to each other. So I'm going to leave you with that video. We're going to be back, talk a bit more about them, and then get into the weather report. See you back in a minute. I've watched that so many times. That's true. So one thing that happened is he's out. I don't know if you noticed. Ray finally came out. One thing we noticed was how they were all interacting with each other and not interacting with each other. So we put hay down just to kind of have a space, a little bit of a distraction, but also a way to bring them together, like a bit of both, because we needed to manage if there were fighting, which there was a little bit. But Pepper was very involved in that big pile of hay for the first 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then he looked up and was like, hang on, Pouty's in here with us and I need to deal with this. So it was really funny how and then the whole time that was happening, Alfie was just like, you could see how when he went up to Pouty at first, he was really lowering himself and just saying like, hey, like, I'm gentle. Like, this is like, he was, I don't know how to describe it. Just very like calm and lowering himself to him.
Alfie is a very big boy, so it takes a lot for him to make himself small.
Yeah, his head was on the ground, just being like, I'm not a threat. Like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah, so you could see how cautiously he was coming up to Pouty, really in a friendly manner.
Yeah, and very slowly, very hesitantly. And Pouty was excited about the hay. They had lived together at that point for a week, so Pouty every night, pretty much all day, was just kind of staring at them and like very excited. And then when they finally got together, he was really playing it cool, like, oh, I just came over here for the hay. And then after they were living together full time, Raymond's really distracting us, and I think he's gonna knock over the tripod. After they were living with each other full time, there was still a process of they weren't like really napping together yet. They would be kind of on opposite ends of the pasture to start with. And then they kind of slowly got closer and closer and closer. So this is a picture of him seeing them for the very first time. He didn't know they existed. So when they were in quarantine, Raymond's honking. When they were on quarantine, they were on the other side of the old barn, so he had no visual. I don't even think he could hear them. So this is him seeing them, which was like one of the best pictures. And we're going to share even more of these tomorrow on Bear Care if you want to tune into that one. It's just about them and their integration and their stories. And then slowly, you could see them getting closer as the days went by. This was a helicopter flew by here, which is pretty rare. I don't really see that very often. No. And the two boys ran into the barn, and Pouty was like almost a bouncer at the barn, just like, I'm going to protect them.
Yeah. They've really come together nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was very little kind of fighting. There was a little bit of time to kind of feel each other out, but they've really kind of come together as a herd.
Yeah. Yeah, now they kind of
fairly
do
quickly.
everything together. And one of the things I've noticed the most with Pouty is like, I feel like a massive change for him in terms of like activity level and personality wise. I feel like he was really keeping pace with Denver for the past few years as Denver's mobility declined due to arthritis. Because the way he's like booting around in pasture, he's keeping up with them. He's running around with them. Like they'll frolic through the pasture and travel to go graze in other pastures because the property's so huge. Completely different man.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot more playful.
Yes.
You've noticed him being a lot more
I have
playful,
a
which
video
makes sense.
of that tomorrow. I'll have that video ready with Chris playing with them. Chris trying to play with them yesterday.
Yeah, I played with Pouty a little bit. Yeah. He was the most playful.
There's that yoga ball that we're going to show you tomorrow on Bear Care.
But yeah, it's been, I think, really good for Pouty to kind of have the two younger boys there. It's really keeping him, getting him moving a lot more.
Yeah.
So just so distracted by
Ray. He's honking around. Yeah, so huge difference for him. Just really brought out. He's 16. He's not a young boy. These boys are about 2 and 5-ish. We're kind of guesstimating their ages. Him and Alfalfa are inseparable. Like it's just like they're always together.
Always together. It's so cute. But I guess you'll just have to wait till tomorrow to see more of those pictures and videos.
We'll show you a bit more, give you a bit more information about them. In the meantime, we're going to finish up Barnside Chat with weather and who was that? Somebody's banging around.
Yep, I don't know.
And Magic Rainbow Bags. We have our weather report here. Today is 20, which is nice. It was very cold for about like 4 or 5 days in a row.
Yeah,
all my days off were just raining and cold.
It was super rainy and cold. Yeah, I had the same thing. I was like, I don't know. Am I happy that I don't have to be outside working on this? But now I can't do anything because I'm just inside.
Just reading and.
But yes, today is absolutely beautiful. I think all of our pigs are sleeping right now. At least Sammy and April's herd is all inside the arena, just passed out. They probably had a very busy morning.
Bogs. He's gonna try to reach those figures. I'm keeping an eye on him.
Ray is super busy over there, wishing he was outside. Unfortunately,
he had a bit of time yesterday, but we don't want to do too much grass in the next few days once that heals up a bit more because those are pretty open. They didn't suture his wounds, or not wounds, where he had the teeth out together. They've left it open, which sometimes you do in dental surgery. But anyways, more rain coming up. We're getting all of our April showers.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot in April, but May
dry.
has been basically all rain.
Kind of nice for mud, but then also it was a bit dry. So lots of rain coming up, but warmer temperatures. We had frost warning. I think it was like last week. We had one night, so I went and covered my flowers.
A couple days ago we had frost warning. We had to bring in all our plants.
What's happening? I don't know how much you can hear him, but he is like. He is rioting right now. I think he wants to go outside, which we're not going to do today. We block off this hallway for him so he can get some exercise, but now he's all amped up.
Yeah, where he was just banging around
what is happening?
Exit to outside, where all his family is right now.
What is happening?
So he's really upset that he's stuck inside. He wants to go visit them.
What's happening?
Unfortunately, it'll be a little while for that. But we'll give him lots of attention here. He's obviously not taking his duties as co-host very seriously.
No, he's just causing chaos. Okay,
what else would you expect from Raymond?
He's all riled up. Okay, well, that's Ray's update. That's the weather. One of the best ways you can support the residents like Ray and their care and their dental surgery and their feed and everything they have going on is becoming a monthly donor. You can sign up on our website, happilyeverafter.ca. You can start at any amount, and that comes out of your account automatically. And we have a peace of mind knowing which funds are coming in every month. If you can hear me over Ray, I really hope so. He's like either sleeping or doing the most. There's no in between with him.
He goes to 100 right away, and that's it.
Hi. Don't knock over my
But this is what
tripod.
you guys tune into Barnside, right? It's just to hear Ray.
Yeah, that's what I do. I come over here. Just hear him honking.
He's been kept captive against his will. Yeah, I guess you could frame it that way. He is. He's not impressed that he has to be kept inside.
Super happy. Won't be for too long.
Yeah, another week and a half or so, and then he'll be back.
Him back with his family. He gets to see them, but they're all outside right now. So
poor Ray.
He's complaining. He's also mad that he doesn't get hay. We gave him saute cubes, but he didn't like it.
He was unimpressed. Yeah, it's not what he wanted.
He had like a few mouthfuls.
Yeah. Poor
All
guy.
right, well, we'll get into the magic rainbow bag and hopefully not get too much more distracted. Poor Winifred, will she be able to get visitors? Can she see her herd from her special made stall, sending her big snout smooches and lots of love? Big snout smooches are great too, Dead Delicious, whatever, fun.
So yes, Winnie can have visitors. She's actually handling her stall rest really well, especially when pigs are kind of kept in small areas. Sometimes they can get extremely annoyed and angry at us for being kept in those spaces. So far, she's handled it really well. She's still really acceptive of belly rubs and is loving attention, which has been wonderful. She cannot see her herd from where she is, unfortunately, because
Not yet.
Unfortunately,
It's a consideration, but it could become an issue if she is able to see them and she's pacing, trying to get at them.
Yeah, I think right now she's been calm about it, but obviously the size, because we needed an extremely small space for her to keep her off of that foot, it just wasn't something we were able to do in the arena where her family is.
Yeah.
So she had to come into the main barn. As things progress, because unfortunately it's probably going to be a little while, we'll see about things like that, especially how she is handling it mentally. But yeah, for now she's doing really well. She's loving people coming to visit her and give her lots of belly rubs. So
No visits from her family, because that would be too intense in a small space.
Yes.
There is a possibility of having a little outdoor area, but if it's causing her to be too stressed because she can see them, I feel like it could go either way. Like she could see them and be comforted, or she could see them and do a lot of pacing. We need her off her foot as much as possible, which is something you can't really ask her to do. But she had this cast, I guess, applied. Was that last week?
Last Tuesday, so about a week ago, yeah.
Yes, we had her up the pig chute, really special cast applied, and that stayed on, thankfully. And we're just, keeping her as quiet as possible. Unfortunately, it's going to be a few months of that. We're giving her treat balls, we're visiting, giving her grass to munch on, which would be something naturally she'd be doing outside. Unfortunately, this is all happening during the warm months.
Yeah.
She probably needs a... Tell me if you could hear him. He is like, I can't even hear myself think right now, honking so much. I think this was a video of like Abigail wandering up that hill, so the pigs are really active right now. I wonder if their calorie intake will increase due to longer distances to and from the barn. So we are constantly weighing them and monitoring them individually, but also as a group. So I'll look at Malcolm's herd. How are they doing? Are they all gaining? Are they all losing? Are they all maintaining their weight? They tend to have a higher calorie need in the winter, keeping themselves, even though it's like a warm barn, they tend to burn a few more calories in the winter. They burned less this winter, so we did have weight increase. We put them at their normal winter feed increase, but they end up gaining weight because it's much warmer in this barn. I noticed that by the end of winter. I was like, oh, hang on, and we adjusted their feed. They are traveling a lot more, so we'll see. We're just always checking on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they get weighed every 6 weeks, so we're constantly looking at it and adjusting as needed. So
I don't know if calorie intake will increase too much from all the activity, but they have a lot of space.
They do have a lot of space, but they're eating the whole time they're walking, so we'll see.
Yeah, and they'll make a few trips like that, but then they'll also do a lot of laying down in the bogs.
Yeah, especially when we have the bogs
shade.
outside and we
Once
get the sunshades
it's super
up.
hot out, they're not going to be doing all of that because it's going to be too hot for them. Pigs only have a few sweat glands, so they don't like being hot. They can't handle the heat as well. He's trying to get into that stall he was in yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw somebody asked, he can't go out. Yeah, eating grass right now. It was getting too impacted in his little, the space where his tooth came from.
Yeah, we did try that yesterday.
Yes.
We thought it might be okay because the grass is soft, but it just packed right in. So we immediately flushed it and decided that was a very bad
He needs
idea.
a few days with no grass until that fills in a bit more, until it granulates. He is so loud. Okay, next question for the Magic Rainbow Bag. This is about Jeannie. Is she bloated or pregnant? We get this question every...
Raymond.
He's going in between the tripod.
Sorry about that. Ray decided he was going
He went
right through.
straight through. It's not the first time he's done that.
All right. Apologies for that very confusing view you guys all experienced. Ray decided he did
was
not
going
want
to
to
wear
go.
it.
Okay, let's see if he's going to turn around. All right, he's
This
just
is
causing
chaos, Ray.
All right, there we go.
This is just pure chaos.
All right.
Ray. I kind of thought this was going to happen, but here we are. Jeannie.
Hi, buddy. Sir.
We need a second camera angle. He's trying to go under. Like, he's actually really trying.
Okay.
Get a belly rub. Yeah, get a belly rub. So, Jeannie. We get this question. Oh, my gosh. Everything's happening at the same time. Oh, he's gonna
Okay,
land
he's
on
going
me.
down for a belly rub.
Okay, Chris is gonna give Ray a belly rub.
Okay, there we go. All right, we've settled it. There
There he is. That's all he wanted. So we get this question every once in a while. Jeannie Goat, she is, what, 15 or 16? And she has a distended rumen. She used to live at a petting zoo where they got a lot of corn and things that just were really not super healthy for them. And she ended up with a rumen that became really distended and then stayed like that. When that happens, they typically don't go back to a normal shape and size. She has this big rumen, which actually puts a lot of pressure on her hips in different areas. So she has a lot of treatments like osteopathy very frequently to kind of do adjustments and help her with the extra weight of that. So she is quite round, but she's doing really well and she's not pregnant. And she's not bloated. It's something we keep an eye on. Bloating is usually a medical emergency, and she's not bloated. Bloating in ruminants is a medical emergency. Bloating in pigs, sometimes it's just they ate too much.
like Noxley did yesterday.
Noxley was a massive yesterday because they ate a lot of produce.
Yeah, she came in with a very big belly, and I was like, I remember Noxley being that big.
We're seeing her belly that round. The way she was laying too, she was kind of like, oh, I ate too much. Okay, he's back up. Let's see what happens. Cheryl, is she able to walk? This is about Winifred. Is Winifred able to walk? Will she need physical therapy for loss of mobility and muscle weakness once her cast is off, or while it's on to prevent muscle and mobility loss? The vet wasn't super concerned about muscle wasting. There is that risk, but the bigger risk is the bones not healing properly. So that's what we're focusing on. If she comes off stall rest and she does have some muscle wasting, then that's something we'll deal with after like the bones have healed and everything.
Yeah, she is able to walk. She gets around.
Yeah.
I mean, we try and keep her walking as little as possible. But yeah, she can get up and she can walk around her stall a little bit and move to, we have 2 stalls that we go back and forth between.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is still mobile.
He's back.
Hopefully not active though.
Yes.
Raymond.
Yeah, we don't want her walking any major distances. We really want those bones to heal. So fingers crossed. We're not going to know for a few months. We have recheck rads booked. At some point, Nicole booked it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but in a few months, we have that all. We're all wonky now. That's okay. Ray is just nudging the tripod. He needs a lot of attention. Thank you, Andrew and Nicole. Thank you. I was just wondering, does he still have access to the CT scan machine that Esther played a part in getting? So this is the CT scan that we raised funds for OVC, and when we need it, it is there. I don't remember the last resident that's needed a CT scan, but there's a large animal CT scan at OVC that if we needed it for one of our residents, then we would have access to that.
Yeah, that is generally where we take our
Yes,
pigs and
that's where Ray
residents to. So yeah, it's there if we need it. And we're hoping we don't need it.
Yes, that's the thing, but it is there. And yeah, Ray, when he needed imaging, it was just x-rays. Told them everything that they needed to know about him. Oh my gosh.
I promise I am paying attention to Ray. He is getting lots of attention.
Chris,
Despite-
pay attention to Ray.
Despite,
You're
his...
trying. Like all I do is pay attention to Ray. He needs a lot of attention right now. Okay, that was everything for the Magic Rainbow Bag. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and we were going to answer them next week during our Magic Rainbow Bag session. We have a few You Said It coming up next, and then we're going to sign off.
I think he's going back to bed.
He is busy. Honking. Oh, we got Jeannie up. There we go. Jean Bean. Jeannie is one of my favorites. I love all the animals, of course, but Jeannie has something about her. Perhaps it is every time I look at her, she reminds me of a Renaissance painting. Aww. Little enigmatic smile, just such a beauty. I agree.
Yeah.
There she is. This is very her, like out just sitting in pasture.
Yeah, she will find a nice patch of grass and a nice bit of sunshine, and she will just lay there all day, and then if she gets hungry, she'll like eat the grass around her, get up, take a little walk, and then just leave. Yeah, she is really living her best retirement life.
Absolutely. We love her. This is Janie. Sammy. This is our little Sammy. Never heard such a fuss. Must be an imposter. Sammy would never use such language, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. So this was just before I was feeding them breakfast, I was getting their bowls ready, and he was screaming. He was so upset that he did not have feed immediately.
Yeah.
And
Makes quite the racket
regret
sometimes.
to inform you that is normal. Sammy is very impatient for his breakfast.
He's the most vocal out of that group, and he usually gets the other ones going.
Yeah.
Like they'll all be sleeping or something, and then he's like, you know what, it's breakfast time, and they're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's a bad influence on everybody, but we love him anyways.
He is hilarious. We have Mr. Abraham. You're the sweetest and friendliest sheep I've ever met, Abraham. I love your relationship with your friends, especially Jeannie and Catherine, who probably refer to you as Mr. Cuddles. That's true.
Yes.
Jeannie likes cuddling on him.
Jeannie loves cuddling on Abe. She will cuddle right up into his chest, and he'll able to tolerate it, as you know, sometimes more than others, depending on what else is going on. He's a busy guy sometimes, but yes, Jeannie loves cuddling up with him.
The Raymond show is coming to a close. We have one more post, another Jeannie. I'm so impressed with her speed, happiness, determination, and moving forward to get to her destination. She just made my day happier, my dreams happier. Oh my goodness, love you, Jeannie Cloud. Thanks for the smile, Jeannie Cloud. I love that. So you can see there her nice little rumen. And she goes at her own speed when we were moving those goats and sheep back and forth to pasture. Just whenever she came, we weren't hurrying her.
Yeah, Jeannie and Obama are kind of the two that we can kind of let free roam a little bit, and they won't really get into too much trouble. So she's obviously a lot slower than everyone. So there were days where I just left the gate completely wide open in that area, and then, you know, whenever she wanted to come back, she would. And sometimes it was, you know, half hour later. Sometimes she was spending an extra couple hours on pasture. She gets to do her own thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the one night she came back and then went back outside. I just left it. I was like, oh, do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah, and Obama kind of goes wherever he wants. So.
Yeah, he's back and
They're
forth
a good little
too.
team, so.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of your support and love and comments and donations. And thank you for whoever participated in our auction. Again, we raised $4,475 between the online and live auction yesterday. You were all amazing. Thanks for being part of this community, the Barnside Chat. And we will see you again next time. Bye.